You know, I can't tell what's worse. You or your shooting. Your guess is as good as mine.
Yo, 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 yo. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for jumping on. What's going on? What's going on? How is it going? How is your day? How is your week? How was your weekend? Hopefully it was fantastic. We had an amazing time here. Let's get some music going right now. I need to get a dev-friendly intro built so when we do dev streams like every Tuesday, when we do our devlogs, that we have an intro to play there. Because I don't really like playing the Austin BMX intro because it's a little, you know, ragey and stuff like that. Let's get some music playing, though. Music is always good. Where's my playlist at? Is that playing? I can't hear it, but yeah, it's playing. Nice. What's up, Dakota? What are you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, you know what? Lumia isn't on as well. Lumia only works on... Lumia only does not work on the DRB Studios YouTube channel. So Lumia doesn't have a way to connect multiple YouTube accounts to it. So when we stream on the DRB Studios channel, I guess I could take time to, before I start streaming, to switch the account on it. I mean, it would be too hard, to be honest with you, but then I'd probably forget. If you want to use commands today, Twitch is the way to do it. How's everybody doing? Daniel, thanks for jumping on, man. Thanks for being here. OMG Canada, what's going on? Cool Peacemaker 7.
Danlix wants to give Dakota a treat. Good boy.
Yeah, he can really hear it now because I don't really wear a headset too much anymore, except when we're like playing games. So those are quite loud. Hopefully they don't come through as double audio for you guys. Like, you know, you guys don't hear it, plus you hear feedback on my mic. I think I have a pretty good mic that'll cut out that stuff. But how's everybody doing, man? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Had a good weekend. I had an amazing week. As you guys know, the day before last stream, so last Monday, I went and picked up my son for the summer. So he's been here for a week now. And had a lot of fun. We went out to the racetrack this weekend. He got some racing in. Did really great. Been just doing a bunch of stuff, hanging out with him. Been doing a lot of stuff with the game as well. A lot of stuff to the game. The game has literally evolved tenfolds this week. which is fantastic to see because for a couple weeks I was in admin mode, and I was working on a lot of the other stuff on the back end, so I wasn't really designing the game per se, but this week it's exploded. Huge. Don't think I have enough Stream Deck buttons. You can never not have enough Stream Deck buttons. Technically, I don't even use all my buttons on everything. I just like to have... I don't like to switch pages. That's why I have 3 Stream Decks, 2 XLs, and a regular sized one. And then I have my beacon for audio mixing. It's always good. I don't even use all the buttons anymore. I probably could cut it all down now because then I'd want it for some reason. Then I'd want it. It's always, you can do so much stuff with the Stream Deck. I mean, I have an entire page just for DRB stuff, you know, for in-game stuff. And then I have a special Stream Deck profile for when I'm editing in DRB. I have, like, you know, special buttons to let me do stuff there. I have lots of buttons for when I'm in Photoshop, to remember certain shortcuts, you know, in Premiere. I don't really use it too much for Unreal. I probably should build one for Unreal. I have my mouse set up for Unreal, so I have like different buttons on my mouse that just does stuff that I need it to do when I'm editing. So today, we'll do a few things. We can showcase a few of the stuff we've been working on this week. As well as we're going to be building a whole bunch of new stuff for the game as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Game is doing really good, getting a bit of feedback, as well as getting some wish lists and stuff. We're almost at 200, so if you guys can help out by sharing the game and things like that, it always helps out. We're almost at 200 wish lists. You know, we haven't done... The game's just got a small little demo out, and we're not even close to launching, so our marketing is kind of like just like word of mouth right now, you know. We're hoping, you know, when we get, you know, in the next couple months, when we have more of the game flushed out, we can start making some really good trailers to highlight some of the cool stuff we've been working on, especially this week, because there's a lot of cool stuff to check out. Let's see, I'm pretty sure I have the game open. Let's see. Yeah, we got it open. I mean, you guys are here because you're interested in the dev stuff, so so you are aware, there's always going to be spoilers if you're watching the devlogs, right? I won't go. I'll you know, when we get closer to the game's flushed out thing, you know, we probably will maybe hide some stuff, maybe. I don't know though. We'll see how it goes. But we've done a lot of stuff. So my goal, I have a lot of stuff turned off right now just for performance stuff. I don't need any of that stuff on over there. That over there is the, you know, the temple and the tutorial area and all the trees and stuff. I have it all turned off right now. Just for performance, I don't need it on. And it won't be on when you're in game if you're in a different area. That's what those yellow things, you can see them. There's one right there. There's one right there. As you guys remember, those are streaming volumes. So when you're inside this volume, only the stuff right here loads in. When you go into this volume, all of this stuff loads in. This is the biggest one. Well, actually, maybe not. Well, it is because it has a lot of foliage. Foliage is quite a lot. Then you go into this volume, and then we have all these other volumes. So my goal this month is to get all of the levels roughed in. So you can play through the whole game rough, right? It won't be, you know, it won't be game launching environmental cues and stuff like that, but pretty close. The whole game itself will look fairly good. We can go through them all real quick. You guys have already seen a lot of the tutorial area. You've seen a lot of the sorry, my hand was like one button up. You can see a lot of the temple. We can turn on the temple real quick. There it is right there. It should take a second. There we go. So we have the temple area, right? Inside the temple area, we still need to build the base camp over here that you will discover. I'm not sure if we'll work on that today. Then we have the temple itself. This isn't final. The structure of it's pretty final, but the look of it in the outside will be changing before game. We have some new tools we're going to be learning to work on to make all this stuff look a lot better. And of course, we're in unlit mode right now too, so it's, you know, it doesn't look the greatest. It's kind of like pixelated. We worked on building the inside of the temple. As you can see, this is the inside of the temple. It's all done up right here, just like that. Looks pretty damn good. We're gonna go through kind of fast. We might play it as well, because we show you guys some of the stuff. But this is the inside of the temple. Then of course, if you've been around for a while, you definitely have probably seen the first cave. That's already loaded in, because this is the first cave that we built. So we have our first cave. We've gone through all of this. The entire game is playable right now. There's a few things we're working on, but I think I'm pretty done on the entire game is playable. What I mean by that is the environments look, you know, they're 70% done. So they look like this. There's a lot of little tiny details we want to put in, of course, like more water drops. Sound is not in like that, you know, like there's no cave sound yet. But the game is all playable. All the puzzles work. I have to go through and make sure that most of them don't have like ways to break the puzzle. You know what I mean? As far as like complete it in the unintended manner. Outside of Cave 1, we have this new area that we built right here. This is called Maze 1. So I've built a couple of mazes now between a couple of the puzzles just to break it up a little bit so you're not doing puzzle. This one's more of like a maze. And these mazes actually are kind of cool because how they work, and the mazes are like full-on cave, as you could see here. Let me slow my camera down a little bit. Where we go? There we go. So inside the cave here, this is the actual cave maze, right? And you're inside this maze. How the mazes work, I actually built a rotating wall actor. So some of these walls in here are not just meshes, they're actually actors that will actually move and rotate based on where you are. So the cave, even though it looks short, it actually changes itself and manipulates itself to make this maze. Actually, you got to kind of like go through some different areas, and it actually all changes on you. And we'll be able to add a bunch of like scares, and if that's visual scares or audio scares, to kind of like get the player to not know what's going on in this area. And there'll be some collectibles in this area, both like achievable collectibles and narrative collectibles that you'll want to pick up. And then you leave this area, and it gets you... Where are we at? I got lost. Gets you over here to this area. This is our next puzzle. Let's turn off maze, and this is going to be cave zone 2. So we'll turn that on. You'll come in through this area right here. This will be the first cave. So what I started to do is, as you go through the main gate, I don't even know if I want to call that the Temple of Shadows, the gate. That's like the main door, like the road at the very beginning with the forest, right? So you go through there, and we're actually going to create some narrative stuff that will, you know, each time you go into an area, it'll have a name of something and it'll show up on the screen, right? There'll be like a title screen for that level, right? I mean, that to me it really stands out in the game, right? So each area will have its own name, and it'll have like maybe even a cinematic when you go into it. It'll like kind of like we'll build some cinematics that kind of showcase the level, right? Really adding that kind of stuff to the game, I think, really ups its just this visual hook, right? So each part of each cave you go into will gradually get more and more temple-y, right? So you go into the temple and you're in this temple, then you go into this cave. And the first one, as you remember, right? I think I still have it turned on, right? I went the wrong way. That's really the wrong way. Yeah, it's over here. So the first one you go into, right? Really cavey, right? Really cavey. A couple of walls, but not much, right? That's really the, actually, that is actually the only, no, there's some stairs over here. There's stairs right here, and that's it. That's all that's really kind of, all the rest is cave, right? Like there's cave stairs, and things like that. And then you go through here, go through this maze, which is over here. You come out of here, you start to get a little more structure, right? You're in a cave still, as you can see, but there's more structure. There's a platform to go up on. All these rocks, these are all actually just for testing, because there's actually a new feature that we'll talk about as well, which allows you to both jump over here and allows you to toss rocks over there. And we'll actually showcase that a little bit here in a little bit. But as you go through here, this will open up this door, which brings you down into this new other cave area. And this is another maze area. We can turn this one on. The maze isn't quite on yet. Just the loading zones are on. We have different loading zones because when you're going from place to place, there's some things that I want on both. It's, you know, it's kind of hard to explain, but not too bad. So we got maze 2, which is right here. So this is another maze, and I'm actually going to put the ground. We haven't done that yet, but this is going to have cave ground as well. I need to do that. But this is kind of the same thing as the other one. It looks short, but as you can see, these are actually trigger volumes, which is actually making stuff happen. It's making the maze change. So this whole area right here looks kind of small, but it requires you to do a whole bunch of solving to get out. Then you'll go into here, and then we start to get a little bit more structure again. Then you have this new cave area. This isn't actually new. We just, built it in. It's got over here. You kind of walk through this, and you get to another final door there. But this is another puzzle. It's got some more platforming that needs done and figured out. It's got some more complicated puzzles that require multiple different bounces and things like that to be able to open up that final door over there, right? And this one, like I said, it's got a little more structure to it. All the ground is all platform, right? In the other one, in this one, right? In the first cave, we're all cave. This cave still has, it'll have like cave ground, but you have platforms, right? And then in this one, you still have cave wall, but now it's changed to platform ground, right? Like I said, we're gradually getting more and more into a structured area, and then you will actually open this drawbridge and you will enter the actual Temple of Shadows. So here is the first look of the Temple of Shadows. It is going to be fully structured out, just like this. And it has this massive, you guys have seen a little bit if you've been around the platforming, but this massive platform that rotates all the way down like this. And it's got a little bit of cave wall over there. But right, it rotates down all the way down here. The whole time you're working this very complicated puzzle out, you get access to looking at that, and there'll be some kind of entity down there, right? Then you work your way all the way down here. You open up this last door, which is actually going to be a gate, and that gate actually gets activated by that up there. You have to shine a light into that to get it to spin around and activate that, and it'll allow you to go down on the temple floor I am going to add a few different exploration things around here, but as soon as you get, so you can explore around here a little bit if you want, or you can go straight for this temple. But as soon as you get into the range of this, it'll any way you are, right? So as soon as you get into range of whatever this square is going to be here, it's going to activate technically the end of the game, and we got to build all that. But there we go, man. That's what I've done so far this week. A lot of level design. That's a good grand shot of the Temple of Shadows. Still quite a lot to do. I was kind of working on some prototyping on making this wall a lot less just symmetrical. I'm going to build some things to put like these windows all over the place, or maybe like a cage like that. This will replace like 2 squares. It'll have this, which will have like a cage in it, and maybe we'll have like some, like there's stuff locked in there and stuff. You might not be able to see it, but if you get close to it, you'll have like sounds of like something banging on the gate, right? Things like that. Like this whole area is just going to be all these walls are just going to be little things. And we also there'll be hidden passages that'll be in here, and things like that. Yeah, it's freaking great. So if we hit play, we'll actually be in here. Here you go. So here's what it. Uh-oh, I don't have my controller turned on. Hang on, give me a second. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff's been done for sure. All right, we got controller now. Not quite. A lot of stuff, and we're actually gonna jump into actually building some stuff in a minute. But I just want to kind of showcase. There we go. All right, we have it now. All right, so if we go up here, I mean, we're gonna have torches and lights, and I haven't done any of that stuff right. I'm just blocking out the stuff. So as you can see, you can't get in there. But we added crouch, right? So now we're crouched, right? Up, down. Did I have that last time? I can't remember now. I had so much stuff. I mean, we have sprint, right? We can run, we can jump. We stop moving, and the sprint indicator moves quicker. While I'm moving, see how it goes up slow? So I can run, it goes down. I can stop running, and it slowly goes up. Or I can stop moving, and it goes up way faster, right? As well as jump takes stamina as well. As you can see, that goes down really fast, and things like that. And you can crawl back here, and it'll be back here in this hidden zone, right? Just like that. So what we're gonna do is actually make, like I said, this whole circle area is gonna have a lot of different elements to it. A lot of like windows, just to break it up. Maybe these cage doors, as I'm kind of like prototyping down there. There also will be a whole bunch, not a whole bunch, but quite a lot of secret passages is the way. That's what it is. Some of them will go somewhere and have a purpose. Some, the only purposes will just to waste your time. That way people, if they go a couple places and don't find anything, then maybe they'll take them a while to realize to go in the one they need to, right? But I'll showcase some of the things we did and what we're going to do today. I wanted to, do some fun stuff with you guys today. So if we go to our blueprints, we have this new class or folder. It's a class. We call it as a class. Useless. I call it useless pickups. So we grab this one, we stick it in here, like so. This one's a little big, right? But and it might freak out because it's in this tight square. But now we have that inside there. And if we walk up to it now, you can see it there. It's going crazy because it technically has some physics built into it. That's why it's kind of going crazy. It's a little too big for that spot. We're going to build some new ones. But now you can actually... What are you barking for? Oh, you made pizza? Oh, okay. Dang. noise. Well, I'll eat this while I'm streaming and whatnot. Yeah. So we have this all built up. It allows us to, as you can see, it's a pickup, and allows us to pick it up like so, and we can rotate it if we want. You know, doesn't really mean much, but now we can pick it up. But one thing we did do, let's switch over to this view so you guys can see a little better, is we can drop it, of course, pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it. But we created a new thing, and if you look really close to my UI, what are you whining about? Go back upstairs. If you look really good at my the HUD and at our crosshairs, I can click the button to drop, like so. But if I hold the button, you can see a meter show up, and it goes all the way up to the top. And now if I let go of the button, I'll actually toss it. See that? And you can do that with any pickup item. Like this one, technically I can like hold the button and then let go of it and it'll throw it, right? So that way, like on some of those other puzzles, you actually, because you can't jump or sprint with a block, but let's say that we are at the edge of a thing and we need to get the block over there, right? So we can like hold this. Of course, you know, we're holding our hand, that's why it's like that. And we aim up like this and we let go. It'll throw it way too far, right? So you can throw it too far. So you have to learn the stuff, because if we hold this for like halfway and then toss it, it'll only go that far, right? Or we can just hold it for a little bit and toss it. It'll go a little bit. Or we can hold it for the whole gauge and then let go, and it'll go the farthest, right? Look at that. That's fantastic. Does that have that move right there? That's weird. So that's what we've kind of done the last few days. So we have toss now. We have toss. I wanted to show, I'm not sure if this was in as well. But now we have this view. Sorry, it's a camera view from that stuff that's all set up to run. As you guys can see that running down there. It won't normally just start playing. I have it all set up so it does. But we have this view now too. I don't know if I've showcased that at all either. But you can, like, if you're trying to place a block and you need to get really good, you can hold this button. Allows you to get a really good view of where the laser's going, right? Like we'll go do it down here real quick. Let's see, can I push this one out of the way? Yeah, all right. So you see how, you know, I know how to use it pretty well. But if you need to really get a good view, you can hold this button, you know, and then you can really kind of like fine tune where you want the laser. And I've tried to build all the puzzles, so the closest to the middle that you drop this, like as far as like the middle of the laser, is the best for it'll go. That goes down there. You have to figure out the rest. But yeah, so now you have this aim down sight kind of view, which allows you to do this. Yeah. Now, this may look like a broken puzzle, but there will be things right here that block, that only allow the laser to be shot at certain angles. So you can't shoot that one. Yeah. So what I want to do today during stream, now that I have pizza as well, which is freaking awesome. I guess I'm going to eat some pizza while we make some games, is I want to make a lot more of those useless items. We're going to have that stuff placed all over the place. A lot of our environmental stuff, like I'm going to actually turn off, let's turn off temple. We're going to turn on tutorial, because we're going to go over there. We're going to start over there. Let me turn all these cave zones off. Loading zone, loading zone, loading zone, loading zone, loading zone, maze 2. There we go. This whole area is kind of messed up. I need to go and what would you say? Reorganize. I thought I turned temple off. Maybe I turned tutorial off. There we go. All right. So what we want to do is we want to make all this stuff right here so you can pick it up. Why? Just so you can mess around, right? That's the main thing. Can you get one of those? Like, what do we have? Anything but the dark blue. Dark blue is a little sweet for me. Is this light blue? No, I think it's the dark blue. That's not the same as this? So we're going to work on building a whole bunch of those and then replacing them. We're going to actually, a lot of the small stuff. Thanks, bud. Love you too. A lot of small stuff we're going to have to go back to the levels and like replace them. But we didn't make all the stuff first. That way players can mess around. They can pick stuff up. They can throw it. They can do all that stuff as well. Main goal for that. Two main goals. Desert, how's it going, man? One of the main goals is just to give players stuff to do to distract them. Biggest thing in the game is just to make the game take longer than it appears to be. Both that gets players engaged more with just messing around with the environment, as well as, makes playtime longer, which helps stats all over the place. It's all manipulating stuff, right? And secondly, kind of like I showed in that demo, right? Blocking areas with environmental assets that players will have to move to gain access to said area, right? Time for coffee? Well, dang, man, I got pizza. Ugh. Pizza's barely cut. My son barely cut it. If I end up with pizza all over my face, I trust you guys will tell me, okay? So what we're going to do is just create a whole bunch of these items. It's going to be super simple. All of this stuff, except for like the big boxes, we'll make movable, right? We're not going to make it so you can pick up a big box. We'll make it so you can pick up the little box. For sure. Definitely. So it's going to be super simple. We've already created one. Like we said, we already have two, actually. I have the stool. Actually, we can go... I have a stool, I thought, right here. Yeah, see, right there. There's a stool. Now, this is a normal stool. So we're going to delete that. We're actually going to replace it with this stool. Like that. Now, if we play the game... if we go back to save... I think that's save point 3. Yep, that's save point 3. Now if we walk over to the stool, we should be able to interact with it and actually pick it up. See? Now we can pick up this stool and we can fling it over there, right? We can't really do much with it, right? We can pick it up. We can rotate it if we want and just look at it, right? We can rotate it. We can hold down the drop button and we can throw it somewhere, right? We can like throw it up there like that. And it's light, so it's gone, right? It's gone. I might have to change like how much stuff weighs a little bit. We'll have to adjust some stuff like that to how much it weighs. That probably doesn't weigh much, so we launched it. It's gone. Because I have the toss system set up so it works with the the interaction buttons very well, right? But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just gonna make a bunch of crap that players could just do whatever they want with and just mess the whole environment up, right? Maybe someone will go in here and like make their own thing and just throw stuff around, make a big bonfire. So let's do it. Should be simple. We're just going to right click on this. We're going to duplicate it. Next one we're going to make is wheel barrow pickup. There we go. We'll open it up. So we'll open it up. It'll take an hour and a half. I'm not sure why this always opens up, and just put it right there. There we go. All right, so all we got to do is just go to viewport, and on this static mesh, we are going to go find the wheelbarrow, which I think is a mega scan. Yep, right there. So that's a static mesh. We're going to grab that. We're going to drop that right there. And then it's material like that. Hit compile. Go back to the game map. We're going to delete this one. And we're going to go back to our blueprints. And we're going to pull this out. Now, one thing that's kind of good now is this thing has physics now. So as long as we get it pretty close to where it needs to sit, it should actually kind of like, whoops, why my camera way fast. It should actually kind of like fall in place. So we'll stick it like right here. We're going to tilt it a little more this way. So it's really resting on that. We're going to turn it just so it kind of sits there pretty good. I want it pretty close so it doesn't like fall over. There. So let's hit play now and see what we get. We're actually going to have to reset our save point because that's the very beginning.
Sebastian.
It has been 4 long weeks since that. All right, so if we go over here now, there should be that wheelbarrow there. It is. It is not leaning up against that though, which is kind of weird. Maybe it doesn't have, maybe we gotta be really closer to that, but see, now we can like pick it up, right? See, now we can pick it up, right? You can rotate it if you want. Don't know why you'd want to, you know. But you can rotate it like this. And if you want to, you can toss it like that. And it frickin' flies. Maybe we will leave all this stuff like very light so you can just throw it around like crazy, right? Because that's what it's for. You can just toss everything. Right? We're just going to go through here and start manipulating some of this stuff. Manipulating it. We can start building some of this stuff. This would be a cool activity to do on stream. Fairly simple. Doesn't really give out too much of the stuff we've been working on. Now, I don't know why this is not just falling down when it's supposed to. I might have to change the physics component of it a little bit so that it does like fall.
Dear Sebastian.
Fall down.
All right to you.
Or not fall down, but like rests itself, right? Let's see. Yeah, see that one's all fallen over for some reason. I don't know why. It must be in the ground and it kind of like freaked out. But see, this one's just sitting there like that. Bam! Give me that. Where'd it go? I flung it, man. I flung it somewhere. Oh, it was right over there. Yeah, this must be like in the ground or something. Or maybe that is like that is in it. Just that little tiny bit right there is in it. And that causes it enough to freak out. See that none of this stuff can be touching each other. None of these movable objects now can be touching a static object. They'll freak out.
Dear Sebastian.
So it's gonna take a little bit of level design.
It has been
Do some stuff. Yeah, all right. That must have some crazy collision on it. Let's actually move that torch because we're gonna be changing the way the torches work anyway. To be honest, so we'll just stick that right there like that for right now. Let's see if that works.
Dear Sebastian.
It has been full.
There we go. Yeah, see, now it's just sitting there like that. Wish I can get this one to fall over and just like lean up against that. I don't know if it is slowly falling. Let's see. If we go here, there should be like mass. Nope. Maybe that's actually this. There we go. Mass. What's the mass on? It says its mass is 1,000 kilograms. What's the mass on my other stuff? I might have to make them bigger because our throw mechanism has some pretty big multiplayer things to throw the other block. Wasn't planning on eating, but food good. Here, I actually have one. What's this one? This mass is only 1,000 as well. How can I throw this so freaking far then? Something's not right then. Because look, if I put this like that, and then we play the level, it'll fall straight to the ground.
It has been full.
See? There, it's on the ground. One thing, it may be the... It may be the actual collisions of that box. Yep, that's what it is. It's the collisions of the actual object. It's the collisions of the actual wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow has very basic collisions, as you can see. That green box is the collisions of the wheelbarrow. That's why we couldn't put anything in it. So we'll have to make the collisions on these objects more complex. That'll allow us to be able to put stuff in them. Because I want to put stuff in the toolbox over there. As you can see, that's the toolbox right here. And it has stuff in it. And if it has physics, we can't do that. Because they'll freak out. If that makes sense. So, what we'll have to do is see if we can give this thing complex collisions. Should be able to. It's a freaking mega scan with nanite. Should be able to. So if we show simple collision, that's a simple collision. But if we show complex collision, see how the complex collision is like way better, right? I mean, render wise, it's going to take a little bit more rendering, but hey, this game's badass. We're not playing on the Switch. So we're going to do auto complex. 10,000. Yep. Hit apply there. So that's a little better. It still doesn't go inside the thing. Let's bump this up. That's a little better. We still can't put stuff in it. Yeah. Yeah, that should be good. That complex right there. Uh-oh. I removed the... Now there's no collision. They didn't disappear. They're just no collision. Where's it at? All right, that's a little better, right? It's a little better. I mean, at least there's the handle. Although that still doesn't seem like it's... That still doesn't seem like it's where it should be. Right? The collision should be right on that handle right there. This doesn't seem like it's acting correctly. Like this collision, this green collision right here is not correct. I mean, because that's not even touching that. And this is saying it's in there. Or maybe this box needs better collision as well. Oh yeah, this box needs better collision as well. The box needs better collision. There we go, a little better. Because now if we play this, this should be almost touching it.
Sebastian.
Like that should have fell
It has been
up against it. It did, see? It fell over to the side. It fell over and it's just like leaning there like that, right? Which actually makes stuff a little more realistic, right? As we can kind of like set it in place and it'll fall where it needs to, right? It'll fall where it needs to. Like it's sitting there because it's like hung up on that right there. Not too shabby. We'll have to make a few adjustments to a few different things. We're going to make a change to our torches as well. Torches are actually going to be torches you can pick up off the actual torches. They're kind of like the ones that are on the wall in the... Like they're already lit, right? And they're going to go out. So you have to keep picking them up. Or you can find the flashlights that don't last very long either. That are like very hard to find. Okay. Let's do shovel next. Let's do shovel next. Let's just do all these items right here. Useless pickups. We're going to duplicate. Simi, what's going on, man? Thanks for jumping in. What's on the agenda today? Today we are building a whole bunch of like interactable items that you can just mess around with to waste your time. Pretty much. I built a function that allows you to grab pretty much anything and kind of toss it. Of course, you'll use that function for certain puzzles, as well as like moving things out of your way to gain access to places. But it also will allow you to be able to just mess around and throw shit around. Shovel's not in here? Maybe shovel's not a mega scan. Maybe that's a tool that I have from here. Nope. I'm pretty sure it's a mega scan. Is it not called shovel? It's called SM Spade. It's called SM Spade. SM Spade. But it's not in here. It must be Spade in here. There it is. Jiminy Christmas. There we go. And in my tools, that pulled over its mesh? I think it did. All right, that's all we need to do. Save. Yeah, we showcased a bunch of stuff that we did. We actually have built quite a lot of stuff in the game. The game, technically right now, is fully playable. All the levels are done over there. And you can actually play the whole game. All right, we're going to delete this and delete this because now we need to replace this with this one. Now we got to remember it can't be in the ground at all. It's got to kind of fall on its own. We're going to kind of... Oh man, I got my camera messed up again. So we need to make it just so it kind of like that. And then we'll duplicate this like this. We'll rotate this one kind of like that. All right, let's see what that looks. Let's just hit play. Those should just fall.
Sebastian.
They should just fall where they land. Fall where you lay, right? Yep, see? They're just sitting over there. Pretty damn close to where they need to be, right? Pretty damn close to where they need to be. I can't tell if this is, yeah, so that's hitting collision. Is this the same box as that one? I think it just has some weird collision. That's weird that it has collision like that. I maybe have to get a little closer. Have to work on collision a little bit, but you know, the closer and closer you get collisions to like really, really match the object, more and more harder rendering, right? All right. That being said, I don't know if we can... That's going to be a difficult one. Because I always have issues. I always have issues getting an object to be fully using complex collisions, because in the viewer, like over here, see, I can do show and show complex collisions, which shows this super intricate static wireframe. But then when I go to collisions and auto convex, it does this crazy stuff. So if I do remove, it deletes all of it. What is this convert boxes? Yeah, I'm not sure what that did. And what if I do player collision? Ooh, maybe that is the button I need, actually. Ooh, maybe that's what that might be the sequence of stuff I need to do on some of these intricate items. Let's go here and do player collision. Nope, see, there's no player collision now. See? Tracy, how's it going? So pink is no collision. See, these all add sphere. These are all simplified. See, those are all simplified. But when I go to show See, I want it to like be on those vertices are like the actual, you know, complex collision, or all those vertices right there. How do I get it to be all that? Do I go like auto convex, and then maybe I have to increase all these to make it even more complicated? Maximum number of complex pieces that can be created. Now let's try to bump this up to like 10 to see what happens. I think that actually made it inside there, didn't it? So we probably want to go, let's turn off so we can see. Yeah, that did make it down in there. So we probably want to go make this number as small as we can to get the shape that we want, if that makes sense, right? If we go to player collision now, you can see that it's, you know, it's got the actual hole. So let's make this smaller and apply it, and just, I just want to mess with some stuff and see what happens. So that's gone now for some. Oh no, it's there. Just took a while. Okay. Yeah, that still works right there, right? Kind of an odd shape on the bottom, but we have a hole. We have the hole. Hole count 10, 10. Right, so this says maximum number of convex pieces that can be created. This is maximum number of vertices allowed for any generated convex hull. And this is number of vorlexes to use when generating collision. Merry Christmas. Now we have a space to put stuff, right, in it, right? Now we have a place to put stuff in it. That's what we were looking for. So we can like set stuff in there. Now we can do the same thing with this toolbox, which we have right here. Well, not quite yet. It's a toolbox. It's a wheeled toolbox, right? That's good to hear. Good to hear. Hope we had a good weekend. So we need to go find our Mega Scans toolbox tool. That's probably not called a toolbox. Let's go back to game object and click on it. What's this thing called? Wooden caddy. Of course. Wooden caddy. There it is. We're going to drag that over there. There we go. All right. We're going to open this as well, because we need to get collisions for it the way we want, so we can put stuff in it, right? We've learned now pretty well. Let's check its complex collision, and it looks like it has great complex collision. It is a Mega Scan nanite, which when I say about that stuff, you guys remember Unreal Engine 5 has nanite technology, which is like tons of triangles. Can I see that inside here? I don't see the option to turn on nanite visibility inside this section here. It's no big deal. But we want to do player collision right now. As you guys can see, it's hard to see because it's, you know, it's just a square on a plane. But we're gonna do collision auto this. Let's see, just let's apply that real quick and see what we get. See, that's not quite. We want a little more. Let's bump this up to maybe 10, where the other one was. Hit apply. There we go. I like. I'll do that. Right now we can put stuff in it. Right now our collision has a box that we can put stuff in. Just like that. So we'll save that. We'll go back to our game map, and of course it, you know, we're manipulating the mesh itself, and then we're adding that mesh to this actor, which is going to make it a pickable item with physics and stuff. So we need to delete that, and we're going to drag in our newly created useless pickup toolbox, like so. We're going to try to get it back at about the same spot it was in. That's probably about where it was. Now I need to make sure that nothing is... We're just going to... I got to make sure there's no static object bumping into it. So we're just going to stick that over there for right now until we fix that one. Actually, let's get out of... I think there's another thing here that, yeah, this doesn't have any collision at all, so it would freak it out. But let's just stick that over there for right now, and we'll give that some collision after the fact. Or maybe we'll find... Yeah, that's a pretty good thing we'll have. We got some tools you can fling around. All right, so that box should be good now. Let's hit play.
It has been formed.
All right, so if we walk over there now, the box should be here, which it is. We should be able to pick it up. There we go. And you can rotate it just like this. And then we can toss it like so. I don't know why these get tossed so far. That's the first time I've seen stuff get launched like that. They have this... I'm copying over, so they have the same weight. Yeah, so you can like launch that sucker, right? I'll have to work on that. But yeah. So let's move on to the next thing. Let's do the shovel now. All right. So this is called trowel. So we're gonna duplicate our shovel here. And we're gonna call this trowel. Then we'll open it up. We'll go to the viewport. I did not open up the right one. Let's close some of this stuff we don't need open right now. Because it moved on me. There we go. So we open up the trowel. Go to the viewport. And we're going to throw in that other mega scan, which should be in here. Trowel. Actually, this might be a tool in our graveyard section. It's not. I'm just probably spelling it wrong. I probably spelled it all wrong because I'm great at spelling. It's got an E on it. That's the whole problem. I can't spell. There it is. We're gonna, whoops. Can I just drag that onto that? Nope, that messed it all up. Go to static mesh, drag it over here. That should do that. There it is. Just like that. So simple and easy. So simple and easy. Go to game map. Actually, we want to open up this trowel because now we need to check its collision. I imagine it's just a square. Right. No, actually, it already has really good collision. All right. Nice. Fantastic. That should work out just fine. So let's close that, close that. Want to delete that and bring in our newly made trowel that we just made right here. All right, so now we got to stick this in this toolbox. Now remember, we got to make sure that they're not touching at all, but that they'll kind of like fall where we want them, right? So that might have been too much. Oh, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be, it'll fall where it needs to. So let's just do the handle of this thing is the freaking spade on this thing is huge. We may need to like rotate it this way. Yeah. And then we'll stick it like that, maybe. That might fall in there. Let's give it a shot and see. Play. Dear Sebastian.
All right.
Continue. Continue. All right, we walk over here now. There we go. We got a toolbox and we have a shovel in it. Right? Now, if I grab just the shovel, the thing, see, there it is. Right? Technically, we can put it inside the fucking wheelbarrow. We may be able to use this in future puzzles. I don't know if I'm going to build it so you can do all this in here, but yeah, so I need to figure out. Oh, see, it kind of fell in there. There we go. So what I want, can I pick up this now with that in it? Whoa, it went flying. Yeah, I need to figure out the weight of stuff. Everything's just too shaky. It's like this should be way like it's solid, right? Like watch this. I pick up this rock, and we go to max load and let it go. It does fly pretty far now. That launch, dude. Did I make some changes to some stuff? Let me go look. Is this launching like this? Yeah, what the heck? Huh. So that shouldn't be like that, actually. That's a little too much force. We're going to go test something real quick. Spoiler alert. We're going to go into one of these puzzles. Actually, I need to grab my super secret save point. It's my save point I use. I just move it around the world and put it wherever I want. Because it's easier than... where am I at? Okay, I know where I am. It's easier than... Well, technically all these areas should have save points, to be honest with you. They will eventually. This is Cave Zone 2. Cave Zone 2. Why are you not on? What is happening? Yep, that's Cave Zone 1 right there. Oh, weird. They're Cave Zone 2 and 3 are, I mean, I was just looking at the order that they're in. I want to start right here for a second. Oh shit, I just lost my freaking player start. There it is. Trying to stick my player start right here. Just like that. And double check, this should be save 11. It is. So if I hit play now, I just need to put myself to save 11. And then we can load over there. Okay. I came over here because I wanted to test this. That's what all these blocks are for. So the purpose of this, you know, is like you can't jump with this block. So you got to throw it over there. And see, that doesn't seem like it goes very far, right? Maybe that's what it needs to be. All right, maybe they do need to be like that. Maybe I just need to make the other objects really heavy so that you can't fling them or something. It seemed like I can just launch these way more over there. It doesn't go very high. There's two different vectors that are getting manipulated with this. The Y force and the Z force. See, that one went pretty high. That one didn't go as high. Dang, it's kind of weird. Have to work on that functionality a little bit. Yeah. To work on that functionality, but that's how some of the stuff we added to the game to make the puzzles more interactive and fun. Nice. Because now if we go back over here, these are all, it's all way the same, right? No, see, this only weighs 300. It says. And that rock is like 1,000. Can I fling this farther than I can fling the rock? All right, let's do some tests over here. Let's go reset the...
Sebastian.
Nice.
Now he's looking for it.
It has been 4 long. All right, let's do some tests. Let's grab this. And we're gonna throw it straight ahead from this rock right here. And it's gonna be like, I'm gonna try to do perfect, just straightforward. Full max. There it goes. See, that goes so freaking far, dude. Does it need to go that far to make the thing over there? I don't think it does. Let's grab this. Let's stand in the same spot, which is, it was like right here. And let's do our best to kind of do the same thing. See, that goes even farther. All right, well, no big deal right now. I'll work on that. Trying to manipulate that stuff. Well, let's try something real quick. What if I go to here? Just for this one, let's make it 10,000 for its. Just that one will be 10,000, right? Because I won't change this one, right? That's like instance editable. Yeah, so only this one is 10,000. Temple of Shadows. John, what's going on, man? Thanks for jumping on. So now if we pick up this wheelbarrow and we kind of stand in the same spot, this is supposed to have a mass of 10,000, so we shouldn't be able to throw it very far. Nope, still, that doesn't do shit. So that mass doesn't do anything at all. All right. What I'll do, I'll explain what I'll do, but I'm not gonna do it right now. I'll have to add it to a task. So this is actually that's crouching. That's our crouch craft. This is our toss vector graph. Does a few different things. It gradually increases the X vector multiplier, the Z vector multiplier, and also does the percentage to show on the bar right there. All three of those graphs are working at the same time. what I'll do inside of our, it's gonna be all this down here. Pick up trace, yeah. So this is blue one right here. This whole thing right here is what happens when you try to drop something, or if you're all of these gates and these extra things. It's so hard. I'm using the same button to drop or hold and throw. So it took me a while to get it all to work right. Get a new wheelbarrow for a new puzzle I see. Now we're making it so all kinds of objects you can just pick up and throw around. There will be some times where those objects are blocking your way or something like that as a distraction, right? What I can do is, so right now all of these objects, like this object, I don't know why it's still way up in the air. Let's put it back down now. So this object here, let me open that real quick. This is a part of the interface pickup and dissolve. It's dissolve because there is a way where we can make it delete itself, and pickup because it's a pickupable item. If we go to, what we'll do is we'll make these not a part of pickup, but we'll make them a part of some other kind of class. We probably should do that now. And we don't need these to have dissolve either. I should clean this up a little bit, because we did duplicate some shit. We don't even need any of this at all. This is the functionality that actually makes the material blink, and none of these are gonna be blinking. We should probably clean up all this stuff before we actually keep duplicating and make this change, to be honest with you. We'll have to make a new interface for these objects that's not pickup, but more something else. That way in here, we can distinguish when you toss it, if the object is... Actually, we probably can, when I toss it, oh shit, when I toss it, do I have access to it right here? We got access to the toss bar. We should, right? Does implement interface. I'm not even using that right now. I'm just using, what are we using? Oh, where is pickup? If pickup is valid, this is on drop. On this hit actor. See, here we have item interface. That's a pickable item though. That's like the, what do you call it? Gears, and we have a whole bunch of other ones as well now, to be honest. Set percentage. Where are we dropping this thing at? That's setting all of our... Yeah, get forward vector, get up vector. Why does that say first person camera right there? Oh, that's, yeah, duh. We're getting our vectors based on where our camera's looking, and then adding a force right here to the object based on that. So right here is where I want to do it. And this is the target. This is a primitive component, though. Out hit. Right here, this trace by thing. We should be able, when we're going through all this, we should be able to get a break hit right here. If I can spell. Break hit result. And this should give us a whole bunch of information on this hit result right here. Yeah. This is where we want this. And on the hit actor, let's see. Let's try one real quick. Let's add an do I have any interfaces that I was using before and not anymore? Let's see. Activate, coffin lid dissolve, BPI ignore, interact, item, laser, pickup, reflective, tomb, torch. Item is an item. Pickups are pickups. Hang on, no, it was supposed to be item. BPI item. I must have fucked up something. Maybe I half built it already. This torch right here. What interfaces does this have? That has interact. Yeah, it has torch too, which we don't need. I kind of built a whole bunch of them once and was like, I don't need those really. So this has interact. So BPI item doesn't exist. What's the first one that I built? It was this one. Large vase. What does this have for its class settings? This has pickup. See, I want to add item to this. Like that. I want to check this reference for these and go through these real quick. See, here we go. Crosshairs. All right, see, it was supposed to be item. I did make item for that particular reason. I just didn't fully implement it yet. So I was starting to. Item is what these are supposed to have the interface with. Yeah. Because if this has, if it's item or interact, then it goes to there and has that. Oh yeah, because that's... I think I was doing that to change how the crosshairs went, so it's not a pickup. Because right now it has pickup crosshair. But I want it to have kind of like an interact one. Just finishing getting the platinum trophy in RDR2. Nice! That's awesome, Tribute. Thank you for jumping in, man. Nate Dog. Good pats, yeah. That's awesome. So let's do that. So this should have... This has item and pickup. And this has interact. Oh, okay, so interact is... Yeah. So we want item. So if we hit compile now, let's drop one of these large vases in here and we'll see if that's working correctly. So let's drop that in here.
Hey, Sebastian.
Because as you guys saw, I don't want to point at that yet. Actually, we will. We should get the eye now. See, now we get the eye. Over here, we're getting the, right? We're getting that one because these are part of the interface that's given us that. But we want to add them to the interface that is this. Or see, they have kind of like this. It's kind of just like an interact with it, right? Like interact. Right? These ones are kind of like pick up. Different crosshair, right? Same button. Just different crosshair. I kind of like that. Actually, I think I'm going to change. I'm going to make a... see, it's going to kind of freak out. Yeah, we got to do some more stuff to it as well. I didn't really plan on doing a whole bunch of coding today when we were, or I mean on stream anyway. I think I need to take away pickup from those. I think these are getting mixed up. So let me go back to the large vase and delete pickup. And because this is just going to have item. It doesn't need dissolve either. Let's hit compile. Let's see how much breaks.
Sebastian.
It has been formed.
All right, so we should get the eye. We do. No eye. I can't pick it up, though. So we'll have to fix that. But we can push it around, right? Because it has physics. Can push them around. Can't pick it up, though. Can pick up these. You can stack them on top of each other. Oh, I can't drop that now. Or there we go. Can I throw this thing straight up in the air? So maybe the I think maybe the I think the forward vector is a little powerful. I think our forward vector is a little powerful. Okay, so if it's one of these two, we should get the eye now, which we do. Now we also need to add this to the pickup function, which is right here. Pickup is valid. Pickup. Check for pickup item. Yeah, this should. So if this is not pickup, it goes down here, and the first thing it checks is see if it's part of items. If it's true, oh, see, items is, yeah, I think it's interact is what I want, actually. Interact is the one I'm supposed to be using here. Yeah, that's the one I built. That's what this should be. This should be interact, not item. Yeah. My bad. That's what I built. This should be... I need to write all this stuff down in my GDD so all the changes I made. interact, BPI interact. That's what should be on all of our interactables, just to interact with it, right? Physics interact. We should change the name before we get too crazy deep, right? I saw them both in there, so we should get the I now, which we do. We should be able to pick it up, which we can't. All right, this still works though, right? Yeah. I know I have a flashlight and a thing though. That's just, you know, can't pick it up though. Can't pick it up. Why? This shouldn't be interact. This should... Yeah, that actually doesn't need to go all the way down there. Just right here, this pickup or interact should do that. Yeah. I need to clean this up a little bit and a little bit. This is the check that should do this. So if this is part of this, or yeah, I hate when it does that. It's always got to do for the top. If it's this or that, then it should pick it up. Yeah, pick up or an interact item should always get picked up. An item is something that's like your inventory item, kind of, right? So if we go over here and we go, bam, now we should pick it up. There we go. And drop it. Pick it up, drop it. Now we should be able to do the same thing over here. Or is it different? We get that crosshair, because this is like a, you know, special item. This is just an interactable crap. And you should be able to like get the bar and then toss it, bounce it off of shit. Yeah, I gotta work on the trajectory force. Bang! Can I catch it? Can I catch it? Yeah! I don't know how I got another weird. Oh, see, if I'm not pointed on it, is when something weird happens. Okay, all right. So that needs fixed. Bong. Yeah, so we get it, we don't get it, we get it, we don't get it. If it's in our hand, yeah, I'll have to work on that next. Sebastian's a professional weightlifter on the side. Exactly. He's on the university's polo team. Well, I guess the lacrosse team maybe. What kind of sports were back in the 40s that everyone was on at the universities? Lacrosse? All right, so that should do that. I don't need any of this. I'm just going to turn that off, actually. That shouldn't be needed at all. We'll leave it in there for a minute. The next thing we need to fix was that crosshair implementation, which is all this. This is your changing of the crosshairs. So yeah, if this or this, then okay. The problem is this is part of a tick, so this is always happening. So, and this is doing a line trace, so it is a little complicated. So, because the problem is when I pick up that item, well, I mean, it should be okay because it'll always have. Maybe I should just make it so it goes to that automatically after you pick up this item. That'd be better in my eyes, actually, because then it would fit when I get the rest of the HUD done. It'll fit a little better. That it's just the dropping, because right now, you know, you get this icon when to pick it up, or that icon, because we haven't adjusted that yet, right? So those two icons, but when you pick it up and put it in your hand, maybe we should just make it automatically switch to this icon like that when it's in your hand, right? Not have the eye anymore. It should just be this. That's our thing, right? Because it matches this better, right? Because this will be like the launch. Boom. Okay, so that's what we want to do. So this is just all the HUD stuff. So what I want to do, technically, technically what we want to do is, as soon as you pick something up, which is right here, it's the last thing that happens when you pick it up. It goes, right? At this point right here, I just want to make the HUD holding. I just want to automatically make the HUD holding. Like this, we'll grab our reference to our main HUD widget, which is this right here. We save that when the game starts. We'll hit compile. This function right here is actually on the main HUD widget, and this allows us to call it. That's why it says target is WBP main HUD, which if we go to our widgets folder is this script right here. That's pretty much just right now it's just a couple the crosshairs really. We hit play now.
Sebastian.
Get through the narrative. All right, so we should have the eye, which is good. But as soon as I pick this up, it should go to the holding HUD. Okay, we gotta delete the eye. I thought that would be inside of holding HUD. It's weird. Do I have to do deactivate HUD first? None of these are being deactivated. Why is... If this and this and this is true, if is holding is false, it does... Yeah, okay, I do have to deactivate. I do need to deactivate. Because that like resets the whole HUD. All right, so we go there, do that. Compile, save, play.
Sebastian.
Get through all this.
It has been formed.
All right, so we should have our eye now. So we get an eye on an object we can move. We should get an eye on an object we can pick up. I should have picked that up. Oh, well, that's not good. All right, there's something broken as well. Why did that happen? did that happen? Why did that even do a weird thing? This is pick up and interact. Unless, let's go look at Torch. All my shit's getting fucked up right now. I don't know why. Torch is part of interact. See, fuck. Today Monday? Is today Monday? Today Monday? All right, so Torch is part of interact. This is part of item. See? So the Torch just for some reason gets switched over. That's part of item. This is part of item. Okay, so maybe Torch and flashlight aren't. Okay, they are. Torch and flashlight are still part of interact. They need to be a part of item. Let's double check our widgets real quick, or our interfaces. So we have item has interact item, and then we have interact, which also has interact item, which technically we don't need that at all inside this interface, to be honest, because it's not really this interface, interact interface. Okay, from here on out, anything that we're gonna like put in our hands, like an inventory item, is because you have two inventory slots in my game right now, a left hand and a right hand. Left hand and a right hand. And those are all gonna be called items. Anything that you can pick up and use, as far as like a puzzle object, is going to be called, is here on, is for Hearth known as pickup. And then everything else is called interact. Just stuff you can interact with, right? Physical items you can interact with. That's what we're going with, okay? So we need to fix our flashlight and our torch because they're still using the old system. So let's add an interface there, because they're not, now they're going to be an item. So we're going to add the interface first. Now over here in our interfaces, we should be able to, both of these are named exactly the same. We already have that one, so we want to replace that with this one. So we're going to delete that and grab this one. Interact. See, now I'm getting confused now. Nope, that's not right. Let's grab this one. Nope. This one. Nope. All right, let's go delete. The system's getting messed up. Delete. Interact. Yes. Now if we grab that, there we go, BPI item. This is the message we want to call. Like that. Compile that, hit save. Go open up the torch. We're going to delete that first so it doesn't yell at us in a second. We're going to delete torch because we don't need that anymore. I should just delete that fully. We're going to delete that. We're going to add item. Like so. And then we're going to grab that function out of the interfaces. and we're going to put that like that, hit compile. We're gonna go back to the game mode real quick. We're going to drop a flashlight in this area. Let's also drop like just a gear so we can test picking up an item, make sure that still works. Okay.
Sebastian.
Let's see if
It has been
that just works now. So we have a torch in our hand. We should be able to pick up this flashlight, and it should give us the flashlight, and the torch should go away. Nice. And our HUD went back to normal. Now we should be able to pick this up. Can't hold this right now. Okay, there's a bug now. Yep, damn it. All right, I'll have to fix that now as well. But we should be able to pick this up. Goes to that icon, stays that icon, drop it. It went back to that icon for a second, which is fine. We're getting closer, guys. That looks good. We're gonna launch this, bounce off stuff. We should get the eye icon. Should get the eye icon. This one still gets that icon because we haven't adjusted it yet. We'll fix that in a heartbeat. That's just changing the interface this is using. Bam! Look at that bounce off everything, right? You can just create so much freaking chaos, right? Players just gonna freaking fling everything everywhere. Love it. I'm gonna spend all this time building a beautiful world, and players are just gonna come in and fuck with everything. All right, so the issue we have now is I am making it, well, I made it so that, as you guys saw, there was that little dialogue pop-up that said, I can't carry this. That's because you can only have one thing in your left hand at a time. Throughout the puzzles, every once in a while, you need to pick something up with your left hand and use it. I wanted to make it so you can't, and that goes off of that interface that we created. So I need to make it so it knows which of these is which. So let me go look real quick, see if we can figure this out. Let's look at flashlight, equip flashlight, destroy actor. That happens inside here. Okay. It's right here. Has item. All right. Right, what I'm going to do, I may need to add this to everything. Well, maybe. Let's see. I should be able to, this target right here is the object. It's the hit actor, yes. All right, so can I go to flashlight? We're going to add a variable to it. It's going to be called ignore. And we're going to make this instance editable. Well, actually, no, we're not even going to make it instance editable because we just want to make ignore true for the flashlight. Back inside our first person, we're going to bounce off of this and we're going to get ignore. Maybe I can't bounce off of that. Hit actor. All right, I know what we'll do. We're just gonna sever that. In each item that we want to that ignore. So go back to the flashlight. Let me delete this. So in our first person, we pick something up and it gets all the way to this point right here. It's actually calling this function on whichever item that we're holding, right? Or we're trying to pick up. So if we're trying to pick up a flashlight, it's calling this function on that particular flashlight, which is this function. So it'll do all of this stuff. It deletes it, it makes a sound, and then it recalls equip flashlight over on the first person character. So it does that for every single thing. So if we go to the gear, if we pick up a gear, it calls this, which equips the gear, makes a sound, and destroys the actor. So at this point here, for each one of these things, we can set has item on our character to true. So we need to do that for each of the items that we want to use this variable to stop. What this variable is doing is if this is true on our first person character right here, you can see has item equals true. Oh shit, that's still not going to work. Fuck. Damn it. Well, we still need to do that. Yep, it's better to have a variable on the actual item itself, but how can I pull that information? It should just be right here. I thought I could do it right off of this. Because this is the hit actor, which should be all the information, right? I mean, this is target. I probably have to do something like get variables or something. Get actor class, get list of component list. Get owner. Maybe that'll work. Let's see. Let's go make a flashlight thing again real quick. Let's go change that variable again. Saved it as true. Hit ignore. Can I get ignore right there? Bam. Okay, so that's what we want. All right, we still need to do this as well. So on this, if we try to pick something up, I can't stick that in there. Actor object reference is not compatible. Okay, well, what is? What is compatible? This is hit actor. I thought I had get owner, right? Did that not work either? Nope, doesn't like that either. What do I need to stick in here? Oh, this is actual BP flashlight object reference. Is this gonna error out if I hit compile because that's nothing in there? Yeah. BP flashlight object reference. thought that would freaking grab it. Nope, doesn't like that either. All right, we're just gonna easier thing to do. We have to do this though. And we have to go through all the things and make it so the flashlight doesn't set this as, or the flashlight and the torch doesn't set that there. We'll just make another interface for them as well to ignore this. I thought I had like an ignore, but what am I? Yeah, we definitely don't want to use ignore because that's, well, we could. Yeah, we could. So if it's part of this, if it has item, gotta love it. If it has item and is not part of ignore, I already have that set up as an interface. We'll add that to that because you can have multiple interfaces on the same object. So if it's part of item and it's, if has item is true and not where's my not Boolean? Why didn't that just show up? I feel like the first freaking thing when you're bouncing off a freaking Boolean. This is going to go in there. This is now going to go up there. And we'll work on getting this looking better in a few minutes. Why didn't that drop over there? Now for our... I wasn't planning on doing anything complicated during stream today. We kind of got hung up and I got to get this done before I mess it all up. All right, we don't need this anymore. I can't figure out how to... Whoops, I duplicated it. I can't figure out how to reference that. It's not working where I need it to. Well, I know where to reference it. I'd have to cast to it. I don't really want to do that. So we'll just do this as well. We'll just add an interface to this object. There's only two of these. There's only the flashlight and the torch are the only ones where you aren't going to be using this. And actually, this is probably a good thing to do because I'm actually going to be picking those up quite a lot in the new system I got to build. Okay, that should work now. Let's see,
Sebastian.
if it does or not.
It has been formed.
All right, so we should be able to, like normal, pick this up. Our HUD turns to that. We should be able to drop it, pick it up, drop it, pick it up, launch it a little bit. And we should get eye on that. We should get an eye on that. We should get an eye on that. Now, if I pick this up, I still should be able to pick this up. And I still should be able to pick this up. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Now, I shouldn't be able to pick these up. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to make it so you can't pick up that kind of stuff if your hands are full like mine are. You at least need one empty hand, which is going to be your left hand. So if you pick up that gear, before you pick up a block, you got to figure out what that gear does. And I've made the puzzles so you can do that. There is a way to use the item that you put in your hand before you need to pick up another item. If that makes sense, right? The next thing I want to test is I want to duplicate that just so there's two of these out here.
Sebastian.
Hit continue.
It has been
Hit continue. All right, so if we pick this up, like so, now if I try to pick this one up, it should give me a pop-up. Yes, I can't hold this right now. See that? Because I already have one. Right? We can only hold, we only have one inventory slot in my game, pretty much, right? Maybe in the future we'll be able to like store other stuff. We'll technically have two. You can have a light source and then an object to use. That's your inventory. But if I go over here, I should be able to pick up this torch. I can't. Fuck, dude. Oh, I didn't add. The torch isn't part of the new interaction. What's it called? Ignore. That's why. So it did actually work right. It didn't ignore that I had another item because the torch is already there. All right, so play again.
Sebastian.
It has been
All right, so we got I can pick up the torch. Now that doesn't take the flashlight away because technically, currently in the game, you'll never find a torch once you have a flashlight. That's going to change, so I'll have to adjust that. So now I should be able to pick up this. I can't pick up this, but I can pick up this. Nice. And then I can't pick up this still. Nice. And I can pick up this though because that's just the way she goes. May have to put blocking stuff on the walls, you know, above them so you can't launch stuff up and over. I mean, technically it doesn't really matter. If you launch one of your blocks up and, well, I guess we can because we should do that because if you do it on accident, it can get frustrating, right? But luckily, there's going to be a lot of save points in this game. So if you mess up one of the puzzles, you can just reload your save and it won't take you back too far. Really won't take you back very far at all. It just reset that puzzle, really. Okay, next thing I want to do, since we're in here doing all this, let's do something else.
It has been formed.
So we don't, here, I need to go to the next puzzle. We're going to take this with us. Now, Jesus Christ. Actually, I need to go to the next puzzle. I guess I should just set it up myself. Let's see. Let's use the new aim down sight so you can get this directly where you want it. There we go. Whoops. I kind of... like right there. I need to work on a little bit of the dropping and stuff because right now you use the same button to drop and throw. I need to make it so the throw function has like a half a second or maybe even a second of like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and then starts going up. That way there's got that little bit of a delay. So that when you drop something, it drops it. When you get that little bit of a touch button to do stuff with. So here's what we want to work on, though. I think if I put this on here, yeah, see, that works for that. We don't want that to work for that. We only want special heavy blocks to be able to move that, right? Even though this is fairly large, we're going to pretend like it's too light, okay? So let's go to the game map. Let's, since our save point is actually, let's get rid of some of this stuff so we don't forget that it's all here. Let's leave that there for now, actually. All right. Let's see. We got super sidetracked, like always, right? We're going to pull this up here so we can mess with it. So what we want to do is we want to open up the blueprint for this. This should be fairly easy. Because right now, I'd say this should be fairly easy as we look at this massive amount of crap. Let's delete some stuff we're not using anymore. This was some stuff we were working on that don't need right now. This is working just fine. Okay. Let's see. We're going to leave the prints in there for now. On component begin overlap. See, here's what we need to add a thing. Right now we have any component overlaps it, because when I built this, I simplified it and I was like, well, the only thing that's going to be overlapping it is you or an object that you can carry. Well, now you can carry other shit. So, super simple. We need to add a function in here that only these two things only worry about objects that have an interface. Actually, we'll make it so that they don't have. Yeah, that'd be easiest because we have ourselves. We could add the interface to us, to be honest, and I don't think that'll mess up if we add. Because what do we say? Interact? No. I'm going to delete this function out of here. Yeah, pickup, right? Pickup is the item. Yeah, pickup. Pickup. Pickup is the item that we want to interact here. So straight off of here, if we do if, it's going to be an if branch. Our function is going to be this hit actor does implement interface. That's going to be our check, and it's going to be pickup. Now we're going to have to do a little bit more as well, just like that. We'll throw this up here for now, and I'll come back and adjust all this, make it look clean, or make it look cleaner. We're gonna have to do the same thing down here, just so we don't do any of this. So this stuff, implement interface. Yes, and we could just add pickup to ourselves. Probably should be fine. Pickup. Like that. Compile. Because if I hit play now, we should be in that level still. Now, this should not interact with that button. Nice. It doesn't. See that? Doesn't do it. Now, we shouldn't either, actually. Yeah. But if we go over here and get this rock, which has the interface implemented in it, right? This is part of the pickup interface. If this rock interfaces with it, it should work. All right. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now, yeah. Now, we want us to interface with it as well. There's sometimes when you use yourself. So we're going to try that. We're going to go to the first person, go to our class settings. Class settings. Yeah, so we have character, we have tomb. I'm not sure why you have tomb for. I'm going to leave it there, though. I don't think I need that. But we're going to add pickup to ourselves as well, because we're going to be part of that class as well. There we go. And hit compile. And it's just so we can group us in with that other object. Now if we pick up this, and if we don't get close to it and we drop that on there, nothing happens, right? If we get on it, it happens because we're a part of that interface. Nothing happens, but if we get close enough and interact with it, now it goes down because we're on it, right? All right, then if we run over here, we grab this guy before the spider gets us. We put that on there. Works fine. Now the big test is if we back up and we get on it like that, and then we put this on it while we're on it, it still is working. And then if we take this off, yeah, man, it took me a while to get all it to work right. It's because every item that, including yourself, I'm pretty sure, that interacts with this thing, that is capable of interacting with it, gets added to a list. And then this button, when something gets removed from it, it checks the list to see if anything else is still on the list. That way you can put multiple blocks on this. And it knows that there's still a block there. It was really difficult to get the work right, to be honest with you. But it works out well. All right, that should be good. That should be good. I am glad we got that working. Sweet. Sweet. We can go back to maybe making a couple more of these. What time is it? How long have we been streaming? Yeah, we can make a couple more. We can make a couple more. Maybe we'll go run. Yeah, let's make this one. Let's get all these done. It should be this, and this is the only thing we're going to be able to move around here. And then we'll be done with this section. So let's do that real quick. Let's, yeah, let's do that. Useless pickups. Let's duplicate this. These are all easy, pretty easy to make. We're going to call this, I don't know what that thing's called. We're just going to call it, I don't know. It's not a pickaxe. I'm not going to call it pickaxe because we'll have pickaxes. That's like a, it's not a, to me it's like a spade, but it's not. What is that? What is that thing called? A hoe? Yeah, probably what it is. It probably is. It's a little mini hoe. It's a hand hoe, right? Little hand hoe. All right, we got ourselves a hand hoe. We're going to open this hand hoe up. Actually, before we do anything, to be honest, we need to adjust all these. We fixed this one, right? This one is part of Interact now. And actually, we can delete all this shit. We don't need any of that. Let's clean some shit up before we go any farther. Close that. It's done. All right, this torch is done. Wheelbarrow is not done. Let's go in order, though. Let's close all of them. I'm going to close all of these. Actually, there's a few different things we need to do right now, to be honest with you. We probably won't be making these. Actually, I need to finish that one, but so the shovel, let's make sure that its class is, see, these are wrong. This needs to be Interact, right? Delete this. Yeah, we need to fix all these. Delete that. We're going to add, let's clean up our fucking code before we get all fucked up and we fuck everything up again. Delete all that. Delete all this. We don't need any of this code at all. These don't have any code at all. They're just, everything happens on the first person character as far as code goes. Okay, so shovel's good. Let's just go over. Let's do stool. Let's delete all that. Class settings. Let's add Interact. And then we're going to delete pickup. And we're going to delete dissolve. And we're going to close that. And then we're going to open up toolbox. We're going to delete all of that. We're going to go to class settings. We're going to implement interact. And then we're going to delete dissolve and pickup. And we're going to close that. Then we're going to open up trowel. Delete all that. We don't need any of that code. And then we're going to implement. If you guys enjoy me just talking about it a million times, got to make sure you get it all right, or we're going to mess something up and then something won't work right. And then we'll go on a tangent for 3 hours trying to debug what the hell's wrong, right? Wheelbarrow. Das Wheelbarrow. The good thing is, though, now when we duplicate these and make a whole bunch more, there's going to be dozens of things you can move around. Dozens and dozens, right? We're going to make all kinds of these kind of items. I need to make them all and then, you know, how to place them all. You know, that's going to happen later on. I need to figure out how to make them a little heavier, though, to be honest. Bam. Okay, I think that was it. So now if we go to hoe, we can delete that. This one needs done as well because we created this one right after, right before we fixed it all. So delete that. Delete that. All right, let's do this one real quick. This is, I'm pretty sure this is a tool that is in here. Actually, let's go look and see what this is actually called. It is called, oh, it's a mega scan actually. And it's called a hoe. I was right. It's a hand hoe. I knew it. See? I knew it. I was right. It's in mega scans though. There we go. Compile. And done. Now we're going to delete that one though, because we need to bring out our blueprint for useless pickups. See, I call them useless pickups. Maybe I should change the name of this thing. Useless interactables or something. Actually, I'm going to change that right now. This is a folder, but it was confusing for the namesake of keeping everything. Yeah, useless interactables. There we go. So now we know that interact is the thing for that, right? Drag that out here like so. Bring it up here. And we need to make sure, you know, when we place this stuff, that for one, it's not touching anything, or it'll freak out. Yeah, that should work. Where are we at right now? I need to reset our save, I think. Yeah.
Hey, Sebastian.
It has been 4 long.
Oh, I bet the collision on it, it's all messed up. We didn't check the collision, did we? Because that should have dropped right in there. But I bet it has some weird collision or something, right? Player collision. Oh, it has no collision. Okay. Well, then it fell through the map. Unlit. Then it just fell through the map because it has physics now. We should be able to add collision to it, though. I hope. Yeah, all right. Oh yeah, that should be great. Save that. And then if we look, we check collisions now. There we go. Yeah, that should fall right in there. Play.
Dear Sebastian.
Dear Sebastian.
It has been formed.
Yep, look at that. We got tools in the toolbox. Now, what if we pick up the toolbox itself? Yeah, see? Everything else flings out of it, right? So good. Yeah, which is fine. I mean, you don't have to touch any of this stuff, but you can just frickin' fling everything everywhere, right? Huh. Yeah, it's way too much fucking power. I need to back that off. Back that off. Back that off. Should be able to pick this up. Of course, some of this stuff's gonna be really hard to pick up because its collision is so small, right? But you can put this in there if you want, right? Where'd the little shovel go? I don't know where the shovel went. We lost the shovel, but that's great, right? You just put shit in stuff. Did I stick it right in the ground? I dropped it so perfectly straight down that it... Look at it. Look at it. See how it's pulling the... Yeah, it's pulling this around. I'll probably actually make all these objects so that they're static until you pick them up, maybe, so they're not all have full physics while you're walking around, you know. To look into it though, we'll figure it out. It's 2 o'clock though. That means we're jumping off here for a little while. What the heck? I hit that button right when I went to another button. But, yeah, because I think, yeah, we'll probably make it so, that everything kind of like a little bit after it loads in, it like sets itself as static. Or maybe I can just make it so it turns physics off or something like that. And then, you know, when you pick it up, first thing it does is like turns the physics on so you can move it around. Then you drop it. I have to make it so stuff falls easier as well. Like that shovel should just fall down. I'll have to figure that stuff out too. And then, you know, after when you drop it after a little bit, it resets itself like the static, right? So it's not just sitting there completely freaking out. It like turns that off, so it's not making the engine work so much, right? With all these physics items, as I imagine that's gonna take a lot. So we'll have to work on that for sure. But hey, I thank you guys for hanging out and running a little bit with us. We've been doing quite a lot indeed. This week, we've added a bunch of player maneuverable mechanics. Here you go. We have jump, sprint, crouch, toss, all kinds of stuff. That is beyond the demo. We also have pretty much the entire game levels flushed out as far as their design. We showcased that earlier. We can fly over here, you know, where the level used to be, and all of this is getting all flushed out. Actually, you can turn it on, right? This should be, actually, I think this is loading zone 8 right now is what it's called. Yeah. So this is our final level, right? This is the final level. It's roughed in, right? We got it roughed all in now. We got a bunch of stuff to do, of course, but yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. My goal was for this month to finish getting all the base levels done, and have the game so it's fully playable. And then I'm gonna move into a lot of the narrative and environmental cues and triggers, like audio stuff, all the audio triggers when you're walking around, more of the narrative stuff as well. We need to build the letter component that you find, the memos that you find throughout the maps and stuff like that. So that'll be my goal next month, to work a lot of that stuff to get it done. So that's why I've been working pretty hard trying to get all these levels flushed out. And we're pretty dang close, to be honest. We definitely should be done by this week, I think. But hey, you guys are awesome. Make sure you're following us over on both YouTube and Twitch, as well as over on Twitter. We always post little sneak peeks over there, quite a lot. You guys are awesome, man. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hope to see you on the prairie sometime and in the temple. But until then, see you later.